ॐ श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ श्री गुरवे नमः।
We'll start with Guru Vandana. It's time to begin. Jankana, can you start, please?
वंदे गुरुमंडलम। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः।
Today we are embarking upon a new journey in yoga. Well, I don't have to say that all of you are already practicing so many things. Many of the teachers are here who have been volunteering so far, and they have been doing very good job. My sole purpose of taking this was to introduce you to the subtler aspects of yoga. And I understand that most of you who are practicing yoga have never bothered to take a look also on these texts, which are important to the system of yoga. Many of you, I'm not talking of the yoga teachers, maybe they would have gone through a curriculum where they would have studied Patanjali Yoga Sutras. But as a general yoga practitioner, I feel that many of you, if not all, I don't know whether you have read it or not, and how many of you know how many sutras are there in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, and how Patanjali Yoga Sutras or Patanjali system of yoga is different from other systems of yoga. Because what you people are learning is the part of Hatha Yoga. What Patanjali talks about is Raja Yoga. And I know all of you would be probably thinking and assuming yourself to the kings and queens, so let us discuss Raja Yoga instead. Hatha Yoga is enough of Hatha is done. No success as yet. Okay. So, Patanjali, a great sage in India, it is said so, it is believed so, because in Indian tradition we don't have documented history. The history and mythology are jointly taught. So a figure appearing in mythology is a historical figure, and somebody which we are talking about in our mythology, like Rama, Krishna, they are actual real figures. So in a way, whatever we know about our history of India, it is through mythology and through the text, through the ancient scriptures. So going by that, Patanjali seems to be 3000 plus years back. Some people believe that Patanjali, Vyasa, Panini, they are not the names, they are surnames. Actually, Swami Rama said that particular thing, and one Upanishad also talks about it. That these are surnames, they are not the names, they are not proper names, they are surnames. So Patanjalis, like we have Bajaj Auto, a Bajaj Group, we have Tatas. So whatever comes of that corporate house is given a name Tata in the same way. So whatever comes out of that house is known as Patanjali. Anyways, Patanjali is a brand now. Most of you are aware of. Okay. Not a, yeah, I need not tell you that. So anyways, the point is, whatever that wisdom be, wherever from it has originated, that's not the point. The whole issue is here that whether we have understood it, whether we have tested it in our life, whether we have seen the veracity of the truths, the formism, the sutras, that is important. So Patanjali is like a mathematician. I can tell you, in the system of Patanjali, you can keep your faith. He never asks you to convert. If you follow Islamic faith, he says he is okay with that. If you follow a Christian faith, he is okay with that. Even if you don't believe in God, he's okay with that. So how a beautiful system. You are accepted, admitted in the system, irrespective of your faith, with the ultimate goal of realizing your true potential, your reality. And once it is said in the system itself, once you know your reality, you know the ultimate reality, because you're the part of it. So that way, Patanjali is a revolutionary in itself, right? None of the systems, except one or two in Indian systems out of 6, who do not believe in the God personified. Without God, you can achieve God. You don't have to believe in God, and yet you can get to that experience of godliness. That is what yoga is promising. Okay. And this book, which we are going to discuss part by part, because we are going to keep it 50% of the time I'll be speaking, and 50% of the time you are free to do your own yoga. I'm not interfering in that. You can continue doing your yoga, your style of yoga, your type of yoga. I'm not going to interfere there. But for half of the time, understand the principles working in your working of yoga, right? So that you can take maximum benefit of what you are doing. Correct? And we will be taking these things, whatever we are going to take, we will be taking these things as per the system of Patanjali, Raj Yoga, not Hatha Yoga or any other system of yoga, right? Correct? Okay, done. Now, the system of Patanjali has been defined as Patanjali Yoga Darshan. This is also one of the darshans in India. And darshan is something or some stream of knowledge which can give you direct experience of reality. That is only known as darshan, right? You may write your own book and you say, it is a darshan. It will not be a darshan unless until it takes you to that ultimate experience. So Patanjali Yoga Darshan, in its most concise form, is comprising of around 200 sutras, just 200 sutras, right? And out of those 200 sutras, few are just the descriptions of, some are dedicated to what you get out of it, some phala, some fruits of that. They're dedicated to that also. But there, where it is told that what you get, there is some clue also, what you do and how you get. Okay, that is also not that it's only the description of what the fruits you get. There is also indication of the methods. So yoga, you all have experienced in your life, and most of people who are now practicing yoga are doing daily asanas, are doing pranayamas and all those things. They know that it is beneficial at the level of body, at least. All of you know. Some of you are also, it has its impact on mind as well. Whatever you do, although you do not directly tame your mind, you only do the asana practices and some of the pranayam practices or some of the guided meditations like yoga nidra, etc. And you know that it impacts your body also. But if you knew what Patanjali is talking, then probably you could benefit more even while you were doing ordinary asanas, normal typical yogic breathing. It will be more effective. It will be highly effective, right? So Patanjali Yoga Sutras are to be studied in sequence, one after another, And I don't think I'll be able to deal with this subject in the way I'm dealing with the Shiva Sutras or Kabir or so, because if I start doing that, it will become too long. Okay, 196 sutras, so you are booked for 4 years almost. Correct. So I can't take that chance. I don't know how many of you will be remaining by the end of it, end of 2 years. To be here and still interested, that's important, right? So because it's a dry subject, it may become dry later on. So I'll try to, club certain sutras together, which makes sense collectively. If there are something to be taught, there are something to be discussed, we will discuss, and post that you can continue with your yoga. Is that clear? Everybody understand, right? So your yoga I'm not disturbing. Okay, the way you have been twisting, turning your body, the way you have been in a cat pose, dog pose, camel pose, animal pose, tree pose, stone pose, whatever, you can continue with that. But just learn, just understand what actually yoga is aiming at. Yoga is not aiming at your back pain. Yoga is not aiming at your allergies. Yoga is aiming at your core, your essence, your consciousness. Correct? So out of these sutras, the first sutra which Patanjali says, now I'm beginning. Okay, now I begin. Now I begin. The Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Now, when I'm saying now I begin, Patanjali also says, Atha Yoga Anusashanam. Now I begin. Now I begin the discipline of yoga. Okay. When I use this word now I begin, you know that if I had just joined, let's say, just now I had joined, I would have just joined right now and said, now I begin. So say, now, why are you using now? You're just beginning. This word now has no value, is it not? So that means when Patanjali says Atha Yoga Anushasanam, that means now the discipline of yoga, there should have been very many things in the past also, to be discussed, which are not discussed. Please understand, this is important, because all of you think that Patanjali is discussing Yoga Sutras and Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Even Swami Vivekananda has done a mistake in translating it. Just read his book, his commentaries on Patanjali Yoga Sutras. He has also not taken this word in consideration, why Patanjali is saying now the discipline of yoga. Okay. So that means there are so many things which have already been achieved, inculcated in you probably, right or not? Is it not? Now the discipline of yoga. Acha, tell me, a little kid in your home, when you send him play in a play school or school, when he is potty trained at least, yes or no? At least potty trained, he can raise his finger like, I want to go. Then only you can send him, right or not? In the same way, if you people have not attained certain discipline in life, certain preliminary disciplines in your life, all those disciplines given, then only you become a candidate for yoga. Now the discipline of yoga. Now you have learned about so many disciplines. Patanjali says, now the discipline of yoga. Acha, tell me, what other discipline in your life you have? Okay, some people are having Diksha, they are doing, some people are in Pratham Koti Sadhana, some people are doing second level of sadhana, some people are Tritiya Koti Sadhaks, they may be having some discipline. But tell me, what other disciplines in your life you have? In your life, what other disciplines you have achieved apart from this? Is it not? And what are those disciplines which should be achieved, which should be at least aimed for before coming to the discipline of yoga? Right? Now, Patanjali may also later on decide to speak about a little bit, but still there are few things which you must understand. Such a person, such and such person can only be eligible for yoga, this discipline of yoga. And I can tell you, there are various views about it. One view is that you should be completely frustrated in life. Totally frustrated in life. I mean, there's no hope left whatsoever from this life, as if this life has become useless for you. You don't find it any more interesting. That's the first qualification. Even Patanjali is going to say so. When he will talk about Vairagya Abhyasa. So Vairagya means what? I don't care what the world is. I have lost my interest in it. Yes or no? Vairagya. Right? But I am sure none of you will be able to take that discipline. So let me talk of certain other disciplines which may lead you to that. Okay, that discipline of yoga which Patanjali is talking about. So one such discipline is of ahara, food. Okay, just kindergarten teachings I am giving. Ahara, nidra, okay, bhaya, maithunam. These are the four things. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunancha. These are the four animalistic things we are engaged in. Okay, and these fours, if permitted, and if we go recklessly into it, we can become ativadi, we can become indulgent, and they will rather become the means of our distractions. These basic things only. Ahar, nidra, bhaya, maithunam cha. They're common to all animals, not to humans only. They're also doing all these. They lead their life out of these four drivers. Ahar, nidra, bhaya, maithunam cha. Okay. Now think of your discipline. Are you fearful? Do you live life in fear? And what is your fear about? Just become sure. The one thing you can always fear, and nobody will object to that. That is fear of death. Every animal has that. You may also have it. But apart from that, what other fears you have? Look at it. If you have many more fears than just the fear of death, then you must regulate it. You need to bring in some discipline. You need to weed and wean, do things which are necessary to reduce the amount of fear in your life. You may still fear. That fear is natural. Nobody is objecting to it, which is the fear of death. But beyond that, there should be no fear. Understood? Leading a fearless life otherwise. One thing. Okay? Ahara. When we say ahara, means the food, the intake. There also the discipline. Are you a type of eater who is engaged in eating anything, anytime, anywhere, standing, lying down, on your back, on your stomach? No, that is not the discipline. You must decide, you must understand what is the need of your body. That much food I will take. Ahara. Discipline first. Nidra. Sleep. There is, of course, ideal time for sleeping, ideal duration for sleeping, but at least watch out what is suitable for you. And what is suitable for me does not mean whatever is suitable on the higher side. Okay? Try to cut it down and see what is suitable for me on the lowest side. And that can be possible only when you sleep with the clock of sun, not with your watch. Okay, 11 o'clock, I should go to sleep. No. Sun down, you have to go to sleep. Now, every minute you are delaying it. Let me tell you, sun down, if you're not sleeping, all animal kingdom has gone for sleep. You have not gone for sleep because you're human. So, you're not following the discipline of sun. So, anyways, little bit advantage. Since you are the most intelligent creature on the planet Earth, God may give you some leeway. Okay, 1 or 2 hours, 3 hours given, right? Okay, Pratham Prahara is okay, given to you, but at least the Dvitiya Prahara, you should be definitely on your bed sleeping. which means between 9 and 11, you must sleep. Must sleep. If you want to practice yoga. If you want to do tantric sadhana, you may have to get up at 12 o'clock in the night, or you may have to spend whole night chanting Shivaya and Shivaya and Shivaya. That's okay. But if you want to do yoga, you must distinctly understand that this is not a thing which can be compromised. Nidra, proper nidra, discipline of nidra. And bhaya, the fear I have talked about. Maithunam, of course, this is one of the aspects which you can get into moderation first. Because when you are not in moderation, later on Patanjali is going to tell you something very, very severe. He will sever this function from your life till the time you are in yoga. So if you are not in moderation as of now, you will not be able to take it forward. Okay. So this particular sentence, when it is said Atha Yoga Anusasanam, has a deeper meaning. I have talked only some bits and pieces here and there. There are so many things. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithunam is one. There is another one, which is Vyavhar. Discipline in Vyavhar. Discipline in Vichar. Discipline in Vyapar. Everything there should be a discipline. When you don't have all these, if you say, I am into business, and now your business has become your life, let's say, I want to work. No, this is not. You must bring in some discipline there. In Vyavhar. No, I say, earlier there was a function in Facebook where you could poke anybody at any point in time, whether he's your friend or not. Right or not? I don't know whether it exists or not now, but earlier there was a function when you could just press a button, poke goes to the another person. So it is like a person who's roaming around poking everybody. Vyavhar. Talk to me. Discipline. You must discipline it. You must limit your interactions, your communication, your vyavahar, right? So ahar, vyavahar, even vichar. Now I'll just say it in Hindi. कि मैं सोचने पे आ जाऊं तो फिर अपनी भी नहीं सुनता हूं. This is what you people do, right? Is it not? You have just started thinking something. You don't listen to yourself. That no more. Thus far, no further. No, you don't stop. अपनी भी नहीं सुनता हूं. Don't listen to yourself. So please get it to that level where you start listening to yourself at least. When you give instruction to yourself that no more vichar, no more thinking, you should be able to, leave that topic at least. Okay, I'm not saying that to stop thinking, because if you stop thinking, you completely stop thinking, that means you have already achieved yoga. But you may not. But at least come to that state where you can easily and at will decide not to think about a thing when you want. Okay? Because this is the background which is needed. This is the chitta bhumi which is needed to practice yoga. Understand? So few things I have told you. This is about the first sutra itself, where Patanjali says Atha Yoga Anusasanam. Now the discipline of yoga. And now is so deep here. Okay? So what you need to do? You need to look into your daily life now once again. Am I otherwise disciplined? That I need one more discipline to further polish me up, further deepen my experience of life. Look at that. If you have no discipline in life, it will be of no use. Is it clear? Is it clear? Everybody agrees with that? So if you are wanting to do yoga, please learn to discipline your life first. Because this is a higher discipline now. At least lower disciplines should be there. And people remember when we were doing this Chandrayan Tap during this last retreat, which was unfortunately online. Unfortunately online, because you people were at your home. So both ways. But in Chandra and Tap, when you limited your interactions and limited your engagement, how beautiful it was for you. Don't you remember, all of you who participated there? Don't you remember that? Can you raise your hand? Did you feel good or not? Yes or no? Did you feel good or not? What was it? What did you do? Nothing. Basic discipline. Nothing else you did. Only basic discipline, and just to engage you in something, some practices were given. Yes or no? Some practices. The practice was little, but discipline was too much. Yes or no? In the food, in the sleep, in this, in that, in your social interaction, etc. So look at it. We are here wanting to become yogi. Yogis we want to become. But we have not yet come out of our tag of bhogi or rogi. You see, if you are not yogi, either you are bhogi or you are rogi. You cannot be yogi. If you are not yogi, other two are valid. Look at your life, whether you are bhogi or rogi. No in between. Either mix of both, bhogi and rogi, both together. Is it not? Is it not? So please, from today onwards, all of those who are attending to this session of yoga, our free sessions are going on. And of course, I also plan to keep it free, these discussions. Please look at your daily routine. Bring in that discipline so that you can benefit maximum from whatever is going to be taught further by Patanjali, and not only taught, whatever is going to be taught, it can only be achieved when you have done all this. That's the prerequisite. Okay? So हो गया, बहुत हो गया, अब तो जिंदगी में काफी भोग हो गए, अब बंद करो. Thus far, no further. ठीक है. Moderate it now. I'm not saying stop it completely. Stop the trend. Moderate. Start moderating now. Correct? And then half an hour of yoga, half an hour of discipline of yoga will give you the desired results, I can tell you. Right? Whatever you want can happen through yoga. Yoga से ही होगा. लेकिन yoga कब होगा? When all this is done. Right? More than enough for today. We will discuss other sutras one by one from the next Friday. Thank you so much.
Shri Gurave
Shubho.
Namaha. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Gurave Namaha.